If you've gone through a divorce, I just need to know, does it get easier? Does it get easier being without your kids? Because all I can do every time is cry. No matter what I do, I always end up crying the whole time. Please tell me it gets better, because I can't do this.
You're a mom with all those tattoos and fake nails. Could that be a reason your kids were taken away? The amount of comments from mostly men and stupid women like this is so funny to me. I just miss my kids when they're with their dad. I never in my video said that they don't deserve to be with their dad or anything about their dad. I never said that I cry in front of my kids when they're with me. I never do that. We do shared custody, as we should, and I'm happy to be doing that. But I miss my kids. I'm their mother. I've been with my kids 24/7 since they were born, a stay-at-home mom. I miss my kids. What is wrong with that? If I didn't miss my kids and I was running around having the time of my life without them, then y'all would have something to say about that, wouldn't you? But the fact that you think because I have fake nails and tattoos that I'm not a good mom and I should get my kids taken away, you need Jesus. Maybe don't post videos of you bawling your eyes out because you miss your kids, because the internet will rip you a new one. I do want to acknowledge comments like this, just sweet comments. I picked this one because it had a lot of likes. I'm getting insane engagement on my video that I posted yesterday. It's super embarrassing, honestly. It was cringy for me to post, but I have just been struggling so badly when my kids are with their dad. And I just genuinely was like, I need like somebody to help me. Like, I need some advice. And I got that times a million, like the amount of comments on that video, and most of them are super sweet, like this one. I just want to say thank you and acknowledge that. I can't read every single comment, but I've read so many of them, and it really did help me. Like, it really made me feel less alone. And I know I'm not alone. I know I'm not the only one going through divorce. I know there's people who have it way worse, and people really going through it. Trust me, I know that. Doesn't change how I feel about my situation, about my kids. I just miss my kids when they're with their dad. But I was a stay-at-home mom. I was with my kids 24/7, and I freaking miss them when they are there, and I am just not used to it. I know it's going to be an adjustment. Reading all the comments really was super helpful.
I left my husband 5 months ago, and I regret it. No, you're not supposed to say that. I know I'm supposed to be in my living my best life, hoe era, whatever, but like, no. These last 5 months have broken my spirit. They have been the hardest of my life. These last 5 months have required so much work, so much discipline to get back to myself. But it's supposed to suck. I talked to my friend last night about this on the phone, and he really put it in perspective for me. Said the year you get a divorce was going to suck regardless. I question my decisions constantly. No matter what choice I made, I would have been miserable regardless. Life is not supposed to be happy and perfect all the time. Most growth comes from the times when we are having to do the work, having to sit in our misery, having to sit in the quiet. And that is exactly what I'm doing. 31, and I feel like I'm 18 again, trying to navigate the world. Because you know what I regret more than leaving my husband? I regret having to get to that point anyway. I regret marrying the wrong person in the first place and not listening to my intuition. From my mistakes. So that you can learn from me being a dumbass. Because I feel dumb all the time. Of course, it's normal to have regret. I regret so many things in my life, but I can't let it ruin my life either. Never learn from things going right. We learn from them going wrong, and I'm holding on to that. I regret that I had to get to that point. I didn't want it to, but it happened, and we move on.
Immediately, I had one of my subscribers DM me on Instagram, which, if you're not following me on Instagram, my Instagram is at RIVAH_JORDON. That's the easiest way to get in contact with me. I had one of my subscribers DM me, and she was saying, you know, it's great what that woman was saying in the video. However, I've seen her do an interview before talking about the state of her marriage and why she got divorced, and I want to get your reaction to it. So I'm going to go ahead and play this video. I'm going to have to start and stop it because it is a little bit lengthy, and I want to give you guys my opinions. So let's just go ahead and get into it.
When I turned 40 in 2021, my life coach had me do an exercise. She said, do the willing to lose list. I'm like, what is the willing to lose? She said, it's not that you want to lose it, but you're willing to lose people, places, things, like, whatever, in order to be all that you believe God has called you to be. And I had to be radically honest. See, a lot of times we don't want to get
on that list.
I didn't at first because I didn't want to see it. So I didn't. But when she first explained the exercise,
you knew it.
It kind of dropped in my spirit, but I didn't want, of course, nobody gets married wanting to get divorced. Nobody gets married thinking that. I was envisioning picking up grandkids with this man one day, like doing all the things. We going to the tape. We dying like Notebook, like together, holding hands. I had never envisioned it. But I had to be radically honest and ask myself a lot of questions about, are you really fulfilled? And do you actually feel like you're being loved the way that you now love yourself? And the answer was no. And he had learned to love me in brokenness, but didn't understand who I was as a more whole and complete woman. The type of love you gave me 10 years ago is not going to sustain who I am today. And I had to be honest about that. And I was honest. And if someone doesn't have the capacity to love you how you want to be loved, I think for me, I had to choose to love myself more than anyone and anything. And in loving myself to that extent, I couldn't settle for love that didn't serve me.
So I want to stop it right here, and I'm just going to give you guys my take so far, right? So this woman was saying that she went to a life coach, and, she had some kind of like awakening and realized that she, wanted to do more, or maybe she saw more for her life. And, her life coach instructed her that there was a way that you would have to, what are you willing to lose to be able to be this certain version of yourself, right? And I want to say, when it comes to relationships, I don't think that people realize,
life after divorce. As a woman, I would honestly sit here and say, as much as I've made the decision and the choice to divorce my husband then, I also regret it. I don't regret it because I still loved him, but I regret it because I feel like I denied my children the right and the opportunity to have what people call a normal family. Now today I'm sitting with kids who are in the statistic of divorce. So as much as I've divorced, I would never ever advise anybody to go through a divorce.
So there's some crucial things that people don't talk about after you go through it.
Sometimes these women talk. I'm like, what are you trying to make, a Hallmark movie? See how like the music in the background playing and everything.
The fact that the quietness and the emptiness in your home when you don't have your spouse or your children is deafening. You have to really get comfortable with being alone, and it's very uncomfortable.
You could, or here, this could be a better one. I made a mistake. I would never hear these women say that they fucked up. It's always, I fucked up because I was young. I was not, like, men in general, some of you guys act like women. I won't even lie to you. You'll be like, oh, I messed up because of it's just, no. But in general, women, it's like, it's never, I messed up. I was wrong. I'm sorry. It's like this rationalization. Like, you don't think if it's been 4 years and your house is empty, something's maybe not going right. I don't know.
Realize that you are now the center stage of all conversation in your friend group because you're now living this wild and fun life because you're no longer attached to anybody. And I don't know about you, but I spent a lot of my time crying and eating pizza and drinking wine in the bathtub.
Oh, but live your best life, girl.
Single is glamorized in today's society, and people are saying, yes, good for being single, and you should really
tattoos, nose ring.
Enjoy it. It's so freeing when really you lost your purpose because you've been supporting this person for X amount of years and supporting their aspirations and their goals and their dreams and their desires, and you lost yourself along the way. So now it's beautiful. You get to find yourself, but it's hard to sit in that and be like, oh, who the f am I? So maybe be a little bit more gentle on the single people in your life.
Affected me more, her not having her father like in the house like that. It's affected me more seeing her used to something I didn't want her to get used to. Didn't want her to get used to. I was raised in a divorce home, and it was a high conflict divorce. And I didn't want that for her. So I think it's harder for me because I made the decision. You know, I made that decision. And gosh.
Take your time.
You know, at the end of the day, like, I don't think people understand, like, how, like, when you see a child, like, and she has a father, and I have a really great relationship with my dad. I have a great relationship with my stepdad. I have great relationships with the men in my life. And, you know, I always wanted for her to have that relationship, and she does. Her father loves her. You know, we've been able to go to, like, everything that's ever needed, like, for her, like, medically and things like that. If he needs to show up to, you know, a doctor's appointment, he'll go, things like that. But, you know, it's hard. You know, it's a hard process to, you know, I would love for us to come to a place of peace for sure.
Day 4 of commuting as a divorced gal. I forget that commuting is, like, really tiring. It felt really different to commute back and forth to the city and not to come home to my big house that I used to live in and to come home to my small apartment. Or I used to get into my car and drive home to my house, and my husband would be there, and my son. And now it's my plants. I'm complaining, but it's like, ma'am, this is what did you think? Like, you ended your 24-year marriage. You sold your 5-bedroom house. You sold your dream. I'm not gonna lie, like, it was really nice to be able to have people over and just have everything, like, beautiful and perfect and matching, and being able to go and sit outside in my backyard. Now I don't have that. Now my kitchen is my living room, and my living room is my kitchen.
Damn, dude. So just based off the information that we just got there, she's 53, she ended a 24-year marriage, they have kids, they got divorced, now she's working full-time, and instead of a big family home, now she just has an apartment. That's what she traded. A family, a man, a big home, a man that provided for her children just so she can go be the corporate boss babe. And has to commute every day. We don't have the context for this one just yet, so we'll see how it unfolds. But so far, looking like a yikes.
I thought I could talk about this. I didn't realize how raw it was. And I did not expect having a New York City office that I'm commuting into to stir up all of these feelings. I thought I was so past this. I moved out 2 years ago. I'm not. I had a whole wall in our house of, like, family portraits. Yep. And not in, like, a corny, horrible way, like, in a cool way. Like, I had great pictures. And, you know, I only kept the ones of my son, right? And this is one of them. You know, like, you put together a life with someone, right? And you think you're going to be with them forever. And that's your plan. And you go into it fully, earnestly, thinking you're going to be with them forever.
Then why'd you end it?
And then you're not. I took that of my son on a vacation. I think I was still trying, but unhappy, but trying. It's sad. No one gets married thinking they're going to get divorced. You know, right? What is it? Half of all marriages, or like how many marriages actually end in divorce?
Bro, and the
like,
sad
so
music
many,
too.
right?
Come on. Every time I see videos like this is what comes to mind. This is why the snake spoke to Eve. You know what I'm talking about? I really think, for the most part, women are the ones that destroy their own paradise. She said it herself, they have a family, a big home. Presumably this guy was making a good amount of money too, because she wasn't working. But no, apparently that wasn't enough for some reason. So yeah, let's just throw it into the garbage. Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. Break up your entire family so you can go be a corporate boss babe. Dude, yikes.
So it's almost like rare that you want to be with someone forever. So if you have that, like, oh, it's so fucking awesome. If you don't have it, and you're fighting for it, and then you just can't get there, and then it ends, and then it just feels so awful. I'm like, I'm the one who ended it. This was my choice. I have this, you know, in my apartment, this is all my stuff. This is my choice. You don't expect it to hurt 2 years later.
It's with the sad music too. It's like, man, it's hard to even feel bad. She did it to herself. There's no one else to blame. There's no one else around. She decided to end things. So every time I see videos like this, I'm just like, What did you think was going to happen? What did you think was going to happen when you threw away a life that you've been working on for 25 years? Like it was just going to be happy and peachy like it was in your 20s? No, life has now moved on. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God. Me. Sounds like her ex and son got the better deal. Ooh. I was married for 8 years. The wife left to start a better life. She never found it. She used to call every year wanting to come back. I refused to take her back. The best choice I ever made. I met my next wife and we are great together. I no longer feel like I was carrying a piano on my back. Wow. So basically his ex-wife tried to trade up and failed. But what did he do? He traded up and succeeded. Damn. I'm bored with the 5-bedroom house, husband, kids, vacations, and a killer backyard. What I need is an overpriced flat in a grimy big city so that I can enjoy menopause alone. Yikes. Yikes, dude. Oh God, that is exactly what happened, isn't it? Another victim of social media and envy. Yeah, man. Wow. Thoughts in the comments below. Now,
why did I divorce my husband? I divorced my husband because I was making a certain amount of money. I divorced my husband because I thought I didn't need him anymore. I divorced my husband because I had this senior position at work and thought I held the same position at home. I divorced my husband because I thought I was better than him because I had my degree now. I divorced my husband because I thought a successful marriage meant I was here and he was down here. That is not success. That's fucking sickness. I found myself divorced and out there looking for love in all the wrong places. Fucking this one and that one and that one and that one and this one and that one. And my body count going up and my value going down. I'm just going to call it like a TI is. All the while, my husband done found somebody else building a relationship and building a life with them. I should have stayed married to my husband. I felt like I was on this dark road with no street lights, pitch dark, and I couldn't find my way and didn't know which way to go. I felt lost. I felt like I was walking barefoot on that dark road with pebbles and hot rocks sticking my foot. I felt hurt. I felt alone because every time he and that one and this one and that one left my bed, I was alone all by myself. And which was supposed to be soft and comfortable for me, my pillow, it was now filled with tears. I should not have left my husband.
So where are you calling me from?
I am calling you from Kansas City.
Do you have any kids?
I do.
How many?
3.
By how many men?
By 1.
You ever been married?
Yes.
When did you get divorced?
Because I wanted to be fast.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Are you asked me questions? You want me to stop? You don't want me to tell you no lie, right?
So you divorced your husband because you wanted to be out here in these streets?
I did, yep.
Well, how did that street life work for you?
It did not.
Boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down. Who the f you think you is?
A reporter asked Heather, "How did you feel when your best friend encouraged you to divorce, only to immediately get together with your husband?" She replied, "It's the biggest regret of my life." In 1994, the two fell in love after being introduced by friends. They got married just 7 months after dating. After the wedding, Richie went to rehab for his alcohol problem, and Heather stayed by his side, caring for him until he recovered. However, despite all she had done for him, Richie ignored their 11th wedding anniversary and secretly hooked up with her friend, Denise Richards. Denise, looking to climb the social ladder, first sent Richie an explicit photo anonymously and then encouraged Heather to check his phone. Just as Denise had planned, Heather found the photo and angrily filed for divorce. Richie, completely unaware, was busy planning a romantic Valentine's Day, dreaming of being with both women. When his lies were exposed, he begged Heather to forgive him. But with Denise's constant encouragement, Heather stuck to her decision to divorce. Not long after, the media reported that Richie was dating Denise. And that's when Heather realized that her husband's affair was with none other than Denise. When she confronted Denise, Denise defensively claimed, "I just fell for a man going through a divorce."
Your ex-wife, Heather, has as well.
Been a big anchor for me and a big angel for me, so, you know, she deserves those songs to be written for.